Hello, everybody, and welcome to, I think it's part three. Yeah. Anyways, had some dinner, got kicked off the server or disconnected from the server for being AFK. Um, and that last one, we did not have paper. Oops. And this is a problem. Needs to be. Okay. And. And we go up. Okay. So we also need an item frame. So an item frame and some paper. And these are going to be exploring videos. Exploring and musing. We'll still keep doing the musing, but let's see. So it is 10:03. We're doing it 10:33. All right. We'll still keep them half an hour though, because yeah, like I want to go back and I want to split up the hour-long ones into the 30s, dirty 30s. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, ooh, yeah, this one's kind of a moot point because, or no, there is a portal up there. Yeah, another day. That might be a thing. Wait, yeah. Because I plan on doing the outer rim, really, like the next ring outward of exploration. At least, I mean, it'd be really cool to like. I mean, that's the kind of flex I'd want. Is like, how many? Although with every update, it'd be kind of nice to still have like an unknown place, so you wouldn't have to go like a whole couple maps over. But it's like I even remember watching. I think it was chapter or season 2 of Waddles, um, and it was like he went looking for a jungle and he went way out. Like I want to say like a good 5 or 6 maps out to the right or to the east, and all to find a jungle. And that's why like I'm clinging to this little corner of the jungle that I have up there. And really that's all I need because most of my stuff that I've been building, it's been inside, like interior of the mountain. I mean, and this is nice too. Like I love this view. It's just like, I mean, when it loads and then and the Badlands. The Badlands are pretty. It just reminds me of like the Coyote and the Roadrunner. So then you have the beacon, the giant pillar of lava. A little bit of riches, and then boom, your entire everything. Yeah, that is a tiny pyramid. Oh, okay, that looks like a tree, but maybe make a couple emerald trees. Actually, that's not half a bad idea. And down we go. This should be. I mean, it is gonna open up hopefully as soon as I even do something with it. Put some glass in here. Have the llama diorama. I still don't know what to do with this coal. I just thought that was neat. Like, we're sequestering it back into the earth, so, like gathering it up. But we're actually like mining it from the earth and then just, like concentrating it to where it'd be at like toxic levels for people, probably. But this is a game, and it doesn't go that deep in mechanics. Huh? I ended up with an extra one. All right. Item frame and paper. Actually, let's go through item frame. I have no idea where an item frame would be. I feel like I just saw. Oh, wait. There it is. So we just need the one. We can actually upgrade the map here because we have the map explored. So, map 11. Why is it map 11? Oh. Alright, so it is level 4 out of 4. Is going to be tiny. And now we don't need to bring the... I mean, we will. See, we're way in the northwest corner. So if we go back into the map here, yeah, it's gonna be like there, but it's empty. And so, yeah. Oh wow, I didn't even realize. Andarius Bologna Septopolis, because that's the one that I have is the backup Septopolis. But I guess that makes sense because we're technically in this area. I mean, that is where everything is, but and the map is facing outward. So in order to keep up the, except for this one, and okay, and that one, and then we don't even have one in this one. So Fithenberg is lacking, and that actually looks like a more interesting area. It looks kind of like swampy, like maybe like a mangrove swamp. And then there's that giant like sea. Ooh, that's where. All right, actually, that would be kind of cool. I should build like a water fortress in there. Anyways, for now, so I have Septopolis. We're actually gonna go down. We have the item frame, and we don't need the paper. All right, now is there anything else? Uh, drop off this iron ore, those one single iron ore that I have. Okay, and then, yep. All right. While we're going, oh yes, I did not do the Sudoku puzzle yet. I just ate some dinner, watched some TV, came back, but I plan on doing that soon. But really, just by listening to it, you now understand like the logic behind solving a medium level Code Wars challenge, and that's all you really need to do is that. And like, I want to say I've done 3 blue challenges, or maybe even just 2. I know another one I did was a formatting thing, and that thing was a nightmare. I mean, I don't remember what it's called, but what really tripped me up was the formatting. And I think that was intentional. Hold on. So it's basically like appending an S to make it plural. If you had multiple days, hours, minutes, seconds, I think that's all it went. Days, minutes, hours, or days, hours, minutes, seconds. But the fact that you could have an S or not, so you had all these different cases where if you had one or if you had 2 or more days, you would have to say, 2 days, and then, or if it was just one, you would say 1 day. And so right there, if you're hard coding for each situation, I was writing pages and pages of code for every single case. But then I was like, wait a minute. I could still put in the check if there's more than one or not, then append the S to whatever you were gonna say. And then storing that into a list and then printing the list items out with the comma. Like, I mean, there's just ways to go about it that made it much, much easier, shortened it down to a single page. Um, so I'll have to see. Actually, even as I say that, that's still a lot of code, like to handling, like, if there's more than 1 day, add. Of course, you kind of have to, because, let's see, that's the thing. So, but it's really easy to get into writing just pages and pages. That's why, like, I don't know. Is this strictly south? Let's see. Okay. I mean, I'm really adding up the minecarts. I'm not trying to. Let's see, let's bring out the Septopolis. Gotta think of a cool 9 name. Oh, and then yeah, as far as Code Wars, there's this other one, the Snafus Solver, that I want to do soon. And it's where if you think about a 6-sided dice, and if you were to flatten it, it would kind of like make a shape like a cross or a sword if you had like an upside down cross. But I feel like that would be more offensive than it's worth. So if you're uncomfortable with the cross, then I don't know. I'm sorry. Uh, but it is important though because you need to figure out what you want to use for. So we'll just leave that one there. That's probably where it's supposed to be. Anyways, um, so it's 6 squares, and each edge is like a puzzle piece. In fact, there's these things, like a soft foam mat for certain like workout rooms and stuff, or to save your carpet for if you have like a home gym. And they have interlocking teeth, like little triangles, basically. And so that you would have to read the edges, and they're basically zeros and ones. And so these teeth fit together in only one way, or maybe a couple, but then you would have to make sure that the corresponding sides of other sides match correctly or not. So see right there, there's a potential case. Let's see, is this... Okay, now I'm like right in the middle. Here we go. Oh, already I can tell. We missed a boat. That's okay. We can build a boat. That's fine. I mean, that's just a bunch of wood components. And there were trees up here, so I'm okay with that. In fact, let's leave the extra minecart here. Yeah. And wait a minute. What happened to the item frame? Are you... Ah. Huh. Well, okay. That's okay. I'll look for a couple cows. Hmm. Anyway, a boat is much easier to worry about. Oh, that's not a tree. Oh, and actually, I'll put Indarius up there. All right. Hmm. Yeah, these trees kind of get annoying. Yeah, see, it's still not all of it. I mean, a lot of wood, but... Oh, and then, yep, see that glitch? Yeah, make sure you get all of it, too. Okay. Huh. Yeah, I like that. The lighthouse. It should go farther up. I mean, I like both of them. Like the one that's kind of like just up there, and then... Although, that one could have been way higher, but I didn't want to fall off the side. So, anyways, we need... Stack of that. Oops. What? Oh. Um... There we go. Shovel. Boat. No? There it is. Just blend it in. Looks like kind of like some kind of like Greek or like, I don't know, a fresco from Greece or one of those sea type civilizations. Ah. All right, here we go. Doing some exploring. Hmm. So actually something to point out, I'm still working, or I will be working on an intermediate Python concepts, kind of as I learn them too. Because I mean, that is something that part of why I, got the whole degree from CSU learning how to program in Java and then C++. And we did a little C and we did web development. So there's HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And it was funny because my web development teacher told us, like, you have about a week to learn HTML and CSS. Go look it up, get comfortable with it. They told us W3 schools, and that was it. Like, and then it was into JavaScript and doing it wasn't all JavaScript because now like I picked up a book on Node JS, which is complete front end and back end um, server stuff, all completely in JavaScript. So that is like worth knowing. But first, like what I learned in college was PHP, and we did a little bit of Ajax, which is like asynchronous something something. It was basically we were able to keep pinging other web pages with this call with a lot of things that are like APIs, like it's more like you're calling some other library or some other tool or some other language, and you just know this command and you say the name, and then it does stuff under the hood, and then it returns to you something. Think about it if like you're in Linux and you're just doing like any of the Linux tools or utils, and it's like right in the programs, ls, list. I mean, the manual page, like that's a program that brings up text and prints text to the screen. So, yeah. Anyways, that was way tangent. So intermediate concepts. That's more things like objects, which is like important to know. Object-oriented program versus like scripting and assembly coding or assembly language or I don't know. Like almost everything's like object-oriented now. I mean, well, C Sharp, C++, Java, Python, Rust, all these other like. I mean, I hear Rust is like the new thing to learn and it's like the new Python, but I don't know. And even Java was like acclaimed to be super easy, very a lot easier to work with and have a business. Because again, businesses have to be realistic, and if you're incurring all this cost and all this expensive software or maintaining stuff, then maybe it's good if you have a little hand-holding in the development team, like, because Java has some overhead in the garbage collection, so it protects against memory leaks, and then it also, which memory leaks can be bad, and it's how you can kind of hang yourself with C++, is because it will do exactly. In fact, I had a professor. Oh, see, there you go. We finally would have found this after rolling around in a boat without a map. Like, um, and actually, I don't like that stick out. So we're gonna go down there. There we go. So yeah, and like objects are basically complex variables. And a variable is, well, the primitive variables or the basic variables. They're officially called primitive. At least that's how we learned them in Java. But they're integer, float, which is like a floating point decimal number. Integer is a whole number. Um, let's see what else. String is a group of characters, and then Boolean is either true or false, which is really one or zero, because you can do if statements, and then if it equals one, then it's the same as saying if it's true. So that's kind of a nifty thing to do. I mean, not always guaranteed. You might want to test that out in whatever language you're trying to do, because at the end of the day, all a coding language is how you're interpreting like almost human speak, like just keywords and commands and phrases, like spells you're casting or whatever, incantations. No, I'm just kidding. You get all like weird and Wiccan with it, but no, to assembly language, like move this here, do this calculation here, and then send the output here. And that's it. Like it's processing data, calculating stuff, storing stuff, like it's all data. So, mm. And data privacy and protection. That's where the cybersecurity thing gets into it. But again, with an effective preventative blue teaming approach on a global scale, and a lot of the concepts I talk about, okay, I say that, but I was kind of cracking up. Whoops. Yeah, so I tweeted the Pope to legalize prostitution. Oh, wait, what? What? That just came out of like way left field. Now, let me explain. So, I was talking at a completely unrelated thing about corrections and how hard it is to find a good job if you have a felony on your record. If you have a mark on your permanent record basically. So, and specifically, we were talking about nonviolent felonies in regards to gun rights in America. Now, there's about 3 states, I think someone said, and I haven't fact checked this, so I could be wrong, but I've heard that there's 3 states that if you have a nonviolent felony, you don't lose your 2A. But that's three. We have 50. And so, and I know I live in one of those states where it's an automatic disqualifier. So if you have a felony on your record, doesn't matter what it was. It could be a DUI, it could be, um, drug possession, drug dealing, the theft, sex crimes, like, and see, and the sex crimes are the ones that really bothered me, and not because like, yeah, it's just, well, let me finish that. So we were just kind of being non-specific, and actually more talking about drug-related ones. In fact, the person I was talking to said, even someone that's clean for 7 years doesn't get a chance to, and she's right. She was right. I think it was she. I don't know. Sorry. I mean, anyways. Oh, item frame. We need to find a couple cows. Not a turtle. Well, I do want to make a turtle farm. Like, I don't even know how any of that works. I gotta breed them or anything, but anyways. Oh, item frame. I forgot what I was talking about, but I mean, we were talking about objects and oh yeah, preventative blue teaming, making it to where nobody needs to steal. Although at the same time, I feel like a lot of the theft right now is more of like wanting to have the new iPhone and stuff, and so fast money to take that shortcut without realizing the potential for a negative outcome, like say jail time or a fine, and ending up paying 10 times more for that iPhone than you would have in the first place. 'Cause it's like purse snatchers until they realize they look like just a bunch of purse snatchers. Sorry. Although they are worse, because then they're like physically like scared. At least I think. I don't know. I don't think anybody's really captured. Well, I say that, but haven't seen a lot of purse snatching captured on camera. I think it's mostly like, I don't know. Like ever since Pineapple Express, where they explain that you can be tracked by your cell phone unless you take the battery out. But then, oh wait, smartphones, you can't take the battery out. So, yeah, it's. Mm. Hey, wrecked pirate ship. Nice. Although be careful with them because I had a magma block and I was out exploring. I was way far away from everything. And so of course like and I don't know, I think your stuff doesn't actually despawn as long as like you don't spend 5 minutes in that area. So I didn't have a bed nearby. Let's go check it out. Let's like go a little further to make sure we've covered that ground. And then okay. See if there's any treasure. For one of these abominations. Okay. And oh look, our paper and potato. Ooh. Suspicious stew. Yeah, I'll take all this. um Actually, I know I can just build them, but I'm lazy and then you get trapdoors. Let's see. Alright. Anyways, if you do suspicious stew. Huh. I think it's like night vision, but since it's during the day, we have another one, so there we go. Just had some suspicious stew. Like when you smell the milk and it still smells a little sour, you try it anyway, and then you have some in you. So, oh hey, look, a swamp and a cow. Sorry, cow. Oh no. Sorry. They'll grow up. Oh, happy Father's Day. Oh my gosh. Hey, these things are cool. The swamp flowers. They look cool in both texture packs. And then the giant mushrooms. Let's see. I think. Let's see. Yeah. All right. We just needed that one cow. We're good. Um, I still wonder what happened to that other one. Maybe I don't know, glitch put it back, but I swear we had one in our inventory. We. Yep, see, there's a cow without a little kid, but nah. Hitting it with a map. Alright. Plus, I mean, that's like one of the things that I'll do when I'm traveling is I'll collect flowers. Just because a lot of them, they can be made into like nice dyes and... let's see. Oh, and if you're trying to get slime, it's good to know where a good swamp is. Um, because when you're not in peaceful, slime will spawn in the swamp, although it is related to the moon cycle. So depending on how full or how empty, how waxing or waning, well, that was pretty deep for a swamp. Anyways, uh, slime will spawn more or less, and it's all right. I mean, like if you're really hanging out there for a while, like multiple days, you'll have at least some kind of. Oh, look, is that a witch's hut? Could be. Or it could be a village, actually. No, that's a village. It's like multiple huts. So, but you could find a witch's hut in a swamp or I want to say another place, but all right. When you're a kid and you're just swimming on like knee-deep water. All right. And then of course you get lily pads. Ah. All right. So and actually what we could do, well, no, it doesn't matter because we still want to wait until the very end. What you want to do is you want to have your entire map explored, and then you want to duplicate the map, which, oh, wait, as I say that, we do need some of that. This. Sugarcane. Well, that was a tall one. 4 high? That doesn't seem right. I'll take this too. Because I need a cartography table to make a duplicate of that map. But I do have the ingredients, which is another locator map. And the whole point of the locator is to have the white or the green dots on it. Although I wonder if you could just use a normal map. I feel like I've tried to test that before and then haven't written it down or haven't put it to memory. Oh, another village. Nice. So if you're looking at the map, there would be 2 villages on the same latitude about. The latitude, or longitude are the longer lines, which go pole to pole. And if you think about it in like concentric circles for the latitudes. If you're looking at them from a bird's eye view, from like the north or the south pole, doesn't matter. Then looking down on the circles, they'd be like rings within each other as they got closer to the poles. Uh, oh, that's uh, they like to do that a lot, like the kind of that kind of sideways cut. But then you see those ravines where, yeah, it's instant death. Ooh, some gigantic mountain. That's not even that big compared to what some of the stuff is. Hmm. There we go. Yeah, see, that looks like instant death. Oh, well, that's it for this one. We got about a little bit of the map discovered, but I don't know. I'll see you in the next one.